Friends, 1174 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. And here are updates in brief. What happened in last 2 days? In south, Russian army occupied eastern and southern parts of Orikho and fight is on in the center. They have also advanced north of Vesely towards Fedorivka. In adjacent eastern part, Bogatyr sector, Russians are advancing west of Andrivka towards Alexievka. In Pokrovsk and adjacent Dnipropetrovsk direction, almost south of Pokrovsk, Russians have made gains and advanced closer to border and now less than a kilometer to the nearest Pokrovsk-Dnipro border. In Novosargivka, Kotlia-Robka area, they have made gains. Ukrainians have withdrawn from Novo-Alexandrovka and hold defense line on the outskirts of Sergivka. However, logistic line for this Sergivka is under controls of Russian army, which is coming from Udakne. As far as Udakne is concerned, Russians control eastern part of it, which is south of the railway. Ukrainians counterattack in northeast Udakne and northwest of Kotlino continuing. However, Russians are advancing east of Kotlino in plantings of Zverivo. Peshane and Shevchenko are under Russians' control. Russians have also started assault in north of Novotrud. Further east towards Alexandro-Kalinovka, Russians have advanced towards Romanovka and outskirts of Novospaskoye towards Katerinovka. Also towards Stara Nikolevka and towards Yablonovka. Just adjacent in Toretsk, Russians have gained towards Fomika and its offensive operation is on towards Novaya Poltava, north of Alexandropol and around Leonidivka. In northeast towards Lyman direction, Russians' offensive operation has started around Liponoe, Novomikhailovka, west of Makiivka towards Grikovka and north of Makiivka. Coming to Kursk, Sumy, Belgorod region, cross-border firing is continuing. Russians' offensive operation is on for Belovodi and Ukrainians' counter-offensive towards Tyotkino is continuing. No gains though. Here Russians' offensive operation also towards Novi Put. Interdiction missions have started from both the sides. Russians launched more than 50 UAVs towards Nikolaev, Odessa, Khmelnytsky, Zhytomyr, Cherkasy, Dnipro, Kiev, etc. Ukrainians launched drones towards Rostovo, northern parts of their border towards Russia and other regions. Important information on peace front. Zelensky is to travel to Turkey for peace talks on 15th May. Putin's peace initiative is being supported by Slovakia's President Fico, Venezuelan President and Erdogan. Similarly, peace talks going on between India and Pakistan and their respective Director General of Military Operations will be talking or are already in process of talking on hotline for further and long-lasting peace under the initiative of American President, which is not being liked by many Indians. In Moscow, when Victory Day was being celebrated on 8th May, the two presidents of Venezuela and Burkina Faso met and had a long talk and established various agreements. They signed 27 bilateral agreements, basically on energy, agriculture, education, mining, and the basic talk was, of course, on anti-imperialist front, not only within Africa or within Southern America, but the entire world. And this is a very good initiative between the two countries. And this news, however small or important it might have been, is totally neglected by Western media, except few underlines in French and other media. Civil war continues in Sudan, Syria, and so in Palestinian lands. And that brings an end to my talk. Have a look what is behind your video. Thank you, friends.